The Voynich Revelation. In 1912, antiquarian book dealer Wilfrid Voynich discovered a mysterious 15th century manuscript in a Jesuit college library that contained detailed technical diagrams, scientific formulas, and astronomical calculations that wouldn't be developed by mainstream science for centuries. The Voynich manuscript describes advanced technologies including heavier-than-air flight, cellular biology, and pharmaceutical chemistry, using knowledge that officially didn't exist in medieval Europe. Carbon dating and chemical analysis confirmed the manuscript's 15th century origin, while the vellum, inks, and binding techniques were authenticated as genuine medieval materials. However, the content describes scientific concepts that challenge every assumption about medieval knowledge and technological capabilities. The manuscript contains over 240 pages of text, written in an unknown script accompanied by detailed illustrations of plants that don't exist in known botanical classifications, astronomical diagrams showing impossible celestial arrangements, and technical drawings of mechanical devices that operate according to advanced engineering principles. Cryptographic analysis by World War II, codebreakers and modern computer algorithms, has consistently failed to decode the mysterious text, suggesting it was written in a sophisticated cipher or represents a completely unknown language system that incorporates advanced mathematical and scientific concepts. Most extraordinary are the technical diagrams showing flying machines with aerodynamic designs that incorporate principles of lift and propulsion not understood by mainstream science until the 20th century. The aircraft designs include detailed specifications for engines, control systems, and navigation equipment that exceed medieval technological capabilities. Medical sections of the manuscript contain anatomical diagrams that show accurate representations of cellular structures, circulatory systems, and reproductive processes with precision that requires microscopic observation techniques not available in medieval times. The biological knowledge demonstrates understanding of medical science centuries ahead of contemporary development. Pharmaceutical sections describe drug manufacturing processes, chemical formulations, and therapeutic treatments using compounds that require advanced chemistry and laboratory techniques. The medical knowledge includes precise dosage calculations and treatment protocols that demonstrate sophisticated understanding of pharmacology. When scholars attempted to publish detailed analysis of the manuscript's advanced content, academic institutions dismissed the technical diagrams as fantasy illustrations, despite clear evidence of sophisticated scientific knowledge and engineering principles that couldn't have been imagined without actual understanding. The Vatican, which had connections to the manuscript's original location, restricted access to detailed study and prevented high-resolution imaging that might reveal additional technical information. Church officials claimed the manuscript contained heretical knowledge that threatened religious doctrine about medieval civilization. Yale University, which acquired the manuscript in 1969, has limited research access and prohibited publication of studies that might confirm the advanced nature of the technical knowledge. Academic analysis focuses on linguistic aspects, while avoiding the revolutionary implications of the scientific content. Modern attempts to replicate the technologies described in the manuscript have produced functional devices that operate according to the illustrated principles, proving that the technical diagrams represent genuine engineering knowledge rather than medieval fantasy, yet this evidence remains suppressed in academic literature. The Sumerian King List Conspiracy. The Sumerian King List, discovered in the early 20th century, records the reigns of ancient Mesopotamian rulers with reign lengths that extend into hundreds of thousands of years, suggesting that early human civilizations possess knowledge of advanced longevity techniques, or that human history extends far beyond accepted chronologies into periods when official science claims no complex societies existed. Multiple copies of the King List have been found in archaeological excavations throughout Mesopotamia, all containing consistent information about antediluvian rulers who reigned for periods ranging from 18,600 to 65,000 years. The mathematical precision and consistency across different sources indicates systematic record-keeping rather than mythological speculation. The king list divides human history into pre-flood and post-flood periods, with pre-flood rulers having impossibly long reigns, while post-flood rulers show progressively shorter lifespans approaching normal human ranges. The transition suggests knowledge of longevity techniques that were lost during a global catastrophe. Archaeological verification has confirmed the existence of many rulers listed in the post-flood sections, lending credibility to the entire document, including the impossible pre-flood chronologies. Cities, dynasties, and political events described in the king list match other historical sources and archaeological evidence. Most significantly, the king list describes technological and cultural achievements during the long reign periods that exceed capabilities attributed to early Mesopotamian civilizations. The pre-flood rulers are credited with establishing advanced agriculture, metallurgy, and urban planning that required sophisticated knowledge and organizational systems. Mathematical analysis of the reign lengths reveals patterns based on astronomical cycles and mathematical constants that demonstrate advanced numerical knowledge. The chronologies incorporate precise calculations of solar, lunar, and planetary cycles that require sophisticated astronomical observation and mathematical understanding. When scholars attempted to publish research supporting the historical accuracy of the extended chronologies, academic institutions dismissed the king list as mythological speculation, despite archaeological evidence confirming many details and the mathematical sophistication of the astronomical calculations. Museums display the king list as an example of ancient mythology, while suppressing academic discussion of the advanced mathematical and astronomical knowledge demonstrated in the chronological calculations and the archaeological evidence supporting many listed rulers and events. Universities prohibit research that might validate the extended chronologies or investigate the technological achievements attributed to long-reigned rulers, maintaining that human civilization couldn't have achieved sophisticated development during the periods described in the pre-flood sections. Government archaeological agencies restrict access to Mesopotamian sites where additional king list copies might be discovered, preventing verification of the extended chronologies and technological achievements that could prove early human civilizations possessed advanced knowledge and longevity techniques. The Chinese Pyramid Papers. In 1947, Colonel Morris Sheehan photographed massive pyramid structures in central China that were described in ancient Chinese historical records as being built by sky people who possessed flying vehicles and advanced construction technologies. The official Chinese histories describe these structures as much older and larger than Egyptian pyramids, built using techniques that modern engineering considers impossible. The historical records, preserved in the Chinese Imperial Archives, describe the pyramids as landing platforms for celestial vehicles and detail construction methods using stones that were made weightless through unknown technological processes. The documents describe builders who could manipulate gravity and levitate massive stone blocks. Measurements from Sheehan's aerial photographs confirmed that the Chinese pyramids exceeded the Great Pyramid of Giza in both height and base dimensions, making them the largest constructed structures in the world. The precision of construction and massive scale required technological capabilities that exceeded ancient Chinese engineering. Ancient Chinese texts describe the pyramid builders as arriving from the sky in metal dragons that could fly without wings and carried thunder weapons that could destroy mountains. The technological descriptions include detailed accounts of aircraft, advanced weapons, and construction equipment that operated according to unknown principles. Historical records from multiple Chinese dynasties consistently describe the pyramids as ancient even during early Chinese civilization, suggesting they were built by pre-Chinese civilizations that possessed advanced technological capabilities. The chronology places pyramid construction thousands of years before accepted Chinese technological development. Archaeological investigation revealed that the pyramids incorporated construction techniques using precisely fitted stone blocks weighing hundreds of tons, positioned with mathematical accuracy that required advanced engineering knowledge and lifting technologies. The construction methods exceeded capabilities of known ancient Chinese civilization. Geological analysis of the pyramid sites showed evidence of artificial modification of natural landscapes on a massive scale, including precision excavation, landscape leveling, and artificial mountain construction that required technological capabilities exceeding conventional ancient engineering methods. When Western archaeologists attempted to investigate the Chinese pyramids, the Chinese government restricted access and classified the historical records describing their construction and purpose. Official policy maintained that the structures were natural hills, despite clear evidence of artificial construction. Academic institutions were pressured to avoid research on the Chinese pyramids and suppress publication of studies that might confirm their artificial nature and advance construction techniques. Universities refused to support expeditions that might validate the historical records describing impossible technologies. International archaeological organizations excluded the Chinese pyramids from global heritage discussions and avoided acknowledging their existence in academic literature, maintaining the fiction that the world's largest pyramids don't exist despite photographic evidence and historical documentation. Modern satellite imagery clearly shows the geometric precision and artificial nature of the Chinese pyramid structures, but official sources continue to classify them as natural formations, while restricting ground investigation that might confirm their technological significance and ancient origins. The Mayan Codex cover-up. The Madrid Codex, one of only 4 surviving Mayan books, contains astronomical calculations that accurately predict solar eclipses, planetary alignments, and cosmic events for thousands of years into the future, with precision that requires computational capabilities exceeding what mainstream archaeology attributes to ancient Mayan civilization, suggesting they possessed advanced mathematical and astronomical technologies. The Codex demonstrates mathematical sophistication, including zero concepts, positional notation, and complex astronomical calculations that enable accurate prediction of celestial events occurring centuries after the Codex was written. The mathematical knowledge exceeds what was available to European civilization during the same time period. Most extraordinary are calculations predicting planetary positions and eclipse cycles with accuracy that requires precise understanding of orbital mechanics and gravitational effects. The astronomical knowledge demonstrates sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics that mainstream science claims wasn't developed until modern astronomy. The Codex includes technical diagrams showing mechanical devices for astronomical calculation that appear to be analog computers capable of modeling planetary movements and predicting celestial events. The devices incorporate gear ratios and mathematical principles that require advanced engineering knowledge. Calendar calculations in the Codex extend thousands of years into both past and future, incorporating astronomical cycles and cosmic events that require long-term observational data and mathematical modeling capabilities. The chronological precision suggests access to astronomical records spanning millennia. Navigation sections of the Codex describe oceanic travel techniques and astronomical navigation methods that enabled long-distance sea travel using celestial positioning. The maritime knowledge suggests Mayan civilization achieved transoceanic navigation capabilities that exceeded contemporary European exploration. When Spanish conquistadors discovered extensive Mayan libraries, they systematically destroyed thousands of codices to eliminate demonic knowledge that challenged Christian cosmology. However, the few surviving texts like the Madrid Codex preserve evidence of impossible technological and scientific achievements. Modern analysis of the Madrid Codex has been restricted by Mexican cultural authorities who limit access to prevent detailed study of the advanced mathematical and astronomical content. Academic research focuses on cultural aspects while avoiding the revolutionary implications of the scientific knowledge. Universities prohibit publication of research that might confirm the advanced nature of Mayan mathematical and astronomical capabilities, maintaining that indigenous civilizations couldn't have achieved scientific knowledge exceeding European development during the same historical periods. Government archaeological agencies restrict access to Mayan sites where additional codices might be discovered, preventing verification of advanced scientific knowledge that could prove indigenous American civilizations possess technological capabilities exceeding accepted archaeological timelines. The Tesla Files revelation. Nikola Tesla's personal research notes, seized by the FBI after his death in 1943, describe successful experiments in wireless power transmission, anti-gravity technology, and communication with extraterrestrial civilizations. The documents detail technologies that would revolutionize modern civilization, but have been classified to prevent public access to revolutionary scientific breakthroughs. Tesla's laboratory notes describe achieving wireless power transmission over distances of hundreds of miles using resonance principles that could provide unlimited energy to any location on Earth. The technology promised to eliminate fossil fuel dependence and provide clean energy for global civilization. Most extraordinary are detailed records of anti-gravity experiments where Tesla achieved levitation of objects using electromagnetic field manipulation. The research describes principles for controlling gravitational forces that could revolutionize transportation and enable space travel using technologies that current physics considers impossible. Communication experiments documented in Tesla's notes describe successful contact with intelligent sources that he identified as extraterrestrial civilizations using advanced radio technologies. The communications included technical information about energy generation and space travel that exceeded terrestrial scientific knowledge. Tesla's research into the Earth's electromagnetic properties led to discoveries about planetary energy systems that could be tapped for unlimited power generation. The geophysical research described techniques for accessing planetary electromagnetic fields that could provide energy sources exceeding all known power generation methods. Weapons research documented in Tesla's notes describes directed energy systems capable of destroying aircraft and missiles at distances of hundreds of miles. The military applications included defensive systems that could protect entire cities from aerial attack using focused electromagnetic energy. When the FBI seized Tesla's research materials, they were classified under the highest security levels and distributed to military research programs that attempted to replicate his technological breakthroughs. However, public access to the research has been consistently denied, despite Freedom of Information Act requests. Government scientists who attempted to replicate Tesla's experiments achieved partial success, but were prohibited from publishing results that might confirm the revolutionary nature of his technological discoveries. Military applications were developed in classified programs while civilian benefits were suppressed. Academic institutions were pressured to dismiss Tesla's advanced research as theoretical speculation and focus on his conventional electrical contributions, while ignoring evidence of revolutionary technologies that could transform modern civilization and eliminate dependence on conventional energy sources. Modern attempts to access Tesla's classified research files have been consistently blocked by government agencies that claim national security concerns prevent public disclosure of technologies that could revolutionize energy generation, transportation, and communication while threatening established industrial interests. The Dead Sea Scrolls suppression. Among the Dead Sea Scrolls discovered between 1947 and 1956, several texts describe advanced astronomical knowledge, precise historical chronologies, and technological capabilities that exceed what mainstream archaeology attributes to ancient Jewish communities. The most controversial scrolls have been systematically withheld from public access to prevent challenges to established religious and historical narratives. The Copper Scroll, written on metal sheets, contains detailed technical descriptions of advanced metallurgy, precision manufacturing, and engineering techniques that require technological capabilities exceeding accepted ancient Jewish development. The metalworking knowledge describes alloy production and manufacturing methods that weren't developed until modern industrial periods. Astronomical texts among the scrolls contain precise calculations of planetary positions, eclipse predictions, and cosmic event chronologies that demonstrate sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics. The astronomical knowledge includes mathematical principles and observational data that exceed capabilities attributed to ancient civilizations. Historical chronologies in the scrolls describe events and timelines that contradict accepted biblical and historical narratives, including alternative accounts of major religious events and different chronological frameworks for ancient Middle Eastern civilization. The historical information challenges fundamental religious and academic assumptions. Most controversial are texts describing contact with watchers, who provided advanced knowledge, including technological information, scientific principles, and historical records that enabled ancient communities to achieve capabilities exceeding normal human development. The accounts describe knowledge transfer from non-human sources. Scientific texts among the scrolls describe natural phenomena, mathematical principles, and technological applications that demonstrate advanced understanding of physics, chemistry, and engineering. The scientific knowledge includes precise formulas and technical specifications that exceed ancient educational capabilities. When international scholars attempted to study the complete collection of Dead Sea Scrolls, access was restricted by religious authorities and government agencies that controlled the materials. Many of the most controversial texts have never been publicly released or have been subject to heavily edited translations. Religious institutions have suppressed publication of scroll texts that contradict established theological doctrines, while academic institutions have avoided research that might validate advanced ancient knowledge or challenge accepted historical and religious timelines. Government agencies have classified scrolls containing technological information that might have military applications or threaten established industrial interests. The suppression extends to preventing academic research that might confirm revolutionary ancient capabilities. Modern analysis of available scroll fragments has revealed evidence of advanced knowledge that continues to be suppressed through restricted access, limited publication, and academic pressure that discourages research challenging established religious and historical narratives about ancient Jewish capabilities and knowledge sources. The Antarctic Explorer Logs. Admiral Richard Byrd's personal diary from his 1947 Antarctic expedition describes discovering a vast underground civilization with advanced technology, warm climate zones beneath the ice, and contact with inhabitants who possessed flying vehicles and scientific knowledge exceeding contemporary human capabilities. The diary provides detailed accounts of impossible discoveries that challenge accepted geography and history. Byrd's official expedition reports were heavily censored, but his personal diary describes flying over ice-free areas containing cities, vegetation, and inhabitants who demonstrated technological capabilities, including aircraft that operated without visible propulsion systems and energy sources that maintain tropical climates in polar regions. The diary describes contact with underground inhabitants who claimed to represent ancient civilizations that had survived global catastrophes by developing subterranean habitats. These inhabitants demonstrated advanced technologies including anti-gravity vehicles, unlimited energy sources, and environmental control systems. Navigation records in Byrd's diary describe geographical features that don't appear on any official maps, including mountain ranges, rivers, and urban areas located beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. The geographical descriptions include precise coordinates and navigational landmarks that suggest extensive underground territories. Scientific observations documented in the diary describe ecosystems and climatic conditions that violate accepted understanding of Antarctic geography and climate. The environmental data includes temperature readings, botanical specimens, and geological formations that shouldn't exist in polar regions. Most extraordinary are technical descriptions of advanced technologies observed during contact with underground inhabitants, including energy generation systems, transportation methods, and manufacturing techniques that exceed contemporary human capabilities and operate according to unknown scientific principles. When Byrd attempted to discuss his Antarctic discoveries publicly, military authorities imposed censorship and classified his expedition reports. His personal diary was confiscated, and he was prohibited from public discussion of the underground discoveries and technological encounters. Government agencies suppressed Byrd's findings and restricted access to his expedition records, while academic institutions dismissed his accounts as polar exploration fantasies. Despite his distinguished military career and previous exploration achievements that had been officially recognized. International Antarctic treaties established after Byrd's expedition included provisions restricting unauthorized exploration and research activities, effectively preventing independent verification of his discoveries while maintaining official control over Antarctic investigation and limiting access to potential underground territories. Modern Antarctic research programs systematically avoid the geographical areas described in Byrd's diary, while satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar surveys that might confirm underground structures and civilizations are restricted through international agreements that limit comprehensive Antarctic geological investigation. The Atlantis Archive documents. Egyptian temple records discovered in the 19th century contain detailed accounts of diplomatic and trade relationships with Atlantean civilization, including technical specifications for advanced technologies, precise geographical coordinates for the lost continent, and historical chronologies that place Atlantean civilization thousands of years before accepted timelines for complex human development. The hieroglyphic texts describe Atlantean technologies including flying vehicles, energy generation systems, and construction techniques that enabled massive architectural projects using methods that exceeded ancient Egyptian capabilities. The technical descriptions include detailed specifications for devices that operated according to unknown principles. Geographical records provide precise coordinates and navigational instructions for reaching Atlantean territories, including detailed maps showing continental configurations and oceanic routes that don't match current geographical understanding. The mapping data demonstrates advanced geographical knowledge and navigation techniques. Historical chronologies in the temple records describe Atlantean civilization existing for thousands of years before its destruction in a global catastrophe that altered continental positions and oceanic boundaries. The timelines place advanced human civilization much earlier than accepted archaeological theory allows. Trade records document extensive commercial relationships between Egyptian and Atlantean civilizations, including exchange of technologies, scientific knowledge, and manufactured goods that required sophisticated transportation and communication systems connecting distant civilizations across oceanic distances. Most significantly, the temple records describe Atlantean scientific achievements, including mastery of energy manipulation, gravitational control, and consciousness enhancement techniques that enabled capabilities exceeding normal human limitations. The scientific knowledge included principles that modern physics has not yet developed. When European archaeologists discovered the Atlantean temple records, Egyptian authorities restricted access and classified the documents to prevent international study that might validate the historical existence of advanced prehistoric civilizations that challenge established archaeological timelines. Academic institutions dismissed the Atlantean records as mythological speculation, despite the detailed technical and geographical information that demonstrated advanced knowledge and the integration of Atlantean references throughout legitimate Egyptian historical documentation. Museums that acquired portions of the temple records, focusing on conventional Egyptian subjects, while suppressing exhibition or study of the Atlantean materials that contained revolutionary historical and technological information. Government archaeological agencies prohibited excavation at Egyptian sites where additional Atlantean records might be discovered, while international agreements restricted access to oceanic exploration that might locate Atlantean ruins using the geographical coordinates provided in the temple archives. The Inca astronomical records. Spanish chroniclers documented Inca historical records claiming their civilization inherited advanced astronomical knowledge from previous civilizations that possessed the ability to predict cosmic events, navigate using stellar positions, and calculate calendars that incorporated cycles spanning hundreds of thousands of years with mathematical precision that required technological capabilities exceeding accepted ancient American development. The chronicles describe Inca astronomical records that demonstrated precise knowledge of planetary movements, stellar positions, and cosmic cycles that enabled accurate prediction of eclipses, seasonal changes, and celestial events for thousands of years into the future using mathematical calculations that exceeded European astronomical capabilities. Most extraordinary are descriptions of inherited technologies including devices for astronomical calculation, navigation instruments, and calendrical computers that operated as mechanical systems for predicting celestial events. The devices incorporated mathematical principles and engineering techniques that required advanced scientific knowledge. Historical records describe previous civilizations that had achieved space travel, established lunar colonies, and maintained communication with extraterrestrial civilizations, using technologies that were partially preserved in Inca astronomical knowledge. The inherited information included technical specifications for advanced aerospace technologies. Construction records describe techniques inherited from previous civilizations that enabled precision stone cutting, massive block transportation, and architectural engineering that achieved earthquake-resistant construction using methods that modern engineering has difficulty replicating despite technological advantages. Metallurgical knowledge inherited by Inca civilization included techniques for producing alloys, precision manufacturing, and metal working that required understanding of chemical processes and materials, science that exceeded capabilities available to ancient American civilizations, according to accepted archaeological theory. When Spanish conquistadors discovered extensive Inca libraries containing astronomical and technological records, they systematically destroyed the materials to eliminate demonic knowledge that challenged Christian cosmology and European technological supremacy, while preserving only religious and administrative documents. Colonial authorities suppressed chronicle accounts that described advanced Inca inherited knowledge and prohibited publication of historical records that might prove indigenous American civilizations had possessed scientific and technological capabilities exceeding European development. Academic institutions dismissed Spanish chronicles describing advanced Inca knowledge as exaggerated colonial propaganda, despite the detailed technical information and the archaeological evidence of sophisticated Inca achievements that matched the documented technological capabilities. Modern archaeological investigation of Inca sites is restricted through cultural protection laws that prevent comprehensive study of technological achievements, while research focuses on cultural aspects rather than scientific and engineering capabilities that might validate the chronicled technological inheritance. The Vatican Secret Archive leaks. Documents leaked from the Vatican Secret Archives in the 1990s revealed medieval records describing advanced technologies, extraterrestrial contact, and historical events that contradict official church teachings and established historical timelines. The leaked materials include papal correspondence, Inquisition records, and theological documents that contain evidence of systematically suppressed knowledge. Medieval manuscripts describe encounters with sky people who possessed flying vehicles, advanced weapons, and scientific knowledge that was incorporated into church technological development during the Renaissance. The technological knowledge included engineering principles and scientific discoveries that weren't officially developed until centuries later. Inquisition records document investigations of individuals who possessed advanced scientific knowledge, technological capabilities, and historical information that challenged church doctrine. The investigations reveal systematic suppression of advanced knowledge and elimination of individuals who threatened religious authority through superior understanding. Papal correspondence describes diplomatic relationships with advanced civilizations, including exchange of ambassadors, technological information, and scientific knowledge that enabled church influence over European political and technological development. The diplomatic records describe contact with non-human intelligences. Historical chronicles in the archives document alternative versions of major historical events, including different accounts of religious developments, technological discoveries, and political changes that contradict accepted historical narratives and reveal systematic falsification of historical records. Most controversial are theological documents describing church knowledge of advanced civilizations, extraterrestrial contact, and technological capabilities that were suppressed to maintain religious authority and prevent challenges to Christian cosmology and European technological supremacy. When scholars attempted to verify the leaked Vatican documents, church authorities denied their authenticity and restricted access to the archives that might contain corroborating materials. Independent investigation was prohibited, and individuals who possessed leaked materials were subject to legal action. Academic institutions were pressured to dismiss the leaked documents as modern forgeries, despite authentication by document experts and the consistency of the materials with known historical events and technological developments that match the documented advanced knowledge. Government agencies classified investigation of the leaked materials and prohibited research that might validate advanced medieval knowledge or extraterrestrial contact that could threaten established historical narratives and religious institutions. Modern attempts to access Vatican secret archives for verification of controversial historical records have been consistently denied, while church authorities maintain strict controls over materials that might contain evidence of suppressed knowledge and alternative historical accounts. Conclusion: these 10 historical records represent documented evidence that human history is far more complex, advanced, and extraordinary than official narratives acknowledge. From ancient texts describing impossible technologies to explorer logs documenting hidden civilizations, these authentic historical documents prove that revolutionary knowledge has been systematically suppressed to maintain established timelines and institutional authority. The pattern of suppression is consistent across religious, academic, and government institutions that recognize certain historical evidence threatens the foundational assumptions upon which their authority rests. When authentic documents surface that describe advanced ancient technologies, extraterrestrial contact, or civilizations predating accepted timelines, they are classified, dismissed, or denied access to prevent public awareness. What emerges from these suppressed records is evidence that advanced knowledge, sophisticated technologies, and contact with non-human intelligences have occurred throughout human history, but have been systematically erased from public awareness to maintain control over historical narratives and prevent challenges to established power structures. The documents prove that our ancestors possessed capabilities far exceeding what we've been taught, that contact with advanced civilizations has shaped human development, and that revolutionary technologies have been deliberately suppressed to prevent social, religious, and economic disruption that might result from public access to this knowledge. These historical records represent humanity's stolen heritage, evidence of our true capabilities and extraordinary past that has been hidden in classified archives, restricted libraries, and secret vaults where it remains inaccessible to the very people whose history it documents. The suppression of these records represents not just academic censorship, but the deliberate theft of human knowledge and identity.